So the title of it is that this is the biggest red wave since Reagan. Right here. This is a great video.
This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try. We're going to try. We have to try. And it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I've seen that. I saw that in the first term when we became more and more successful. People started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
This morning, Donald Trump has secured a second presidential term. Moments ago.
God, I love how mad this makes them. I love it.
NBC News projected he won the state of Wisconsin, giving him the electoral votes needed for victory. He's also leading the popular vote as well. It is the third battleground state he flipped after winning Georgia and Pennsylvania. The races in Arizona, Michigan, and Nevada are still too close to call. Vice President Kamala Harris has not yet made a statement about the race. The crowd at her Howard University watch party was asked to go home shortly before 1 a.m. Cedric Richmond, who is a co-chair of the Harris-Walz campaign, told attendees the vice president would not speak until later today. A lot to go through, a lot of questions this morning. Joe, we'll start with your take.
Well, I mean, so much to go through, so many questions. I came onto the set and Willie said, hey, by the way, because we were talking about the historic nature of this sweep.
Yeah.
And Willie said, do you know, he only lost Illinois by 4 points.
4 points in
New Jersey by 5. I mean, you talk about
This is Morning Joe coping hard by the fact that you have been misleading and lying to Americans for the last 9 years. And you know that. And you know that there are clips of you out there celebrating Donald Trump, having him on your show, talking about how much you love Donald Trump and how much he makes you laugh and how funny he is. And this is them like having to deal with the reality of it.
We had talked about a red wave 2 years ago that never materialized. This is I've got to say, this is the biggest red wave I've seen since Ronald Reagan's 49 state victory in 1984. It seems every Republican across the country improved.
Donald Trump is on track to sweep the 7 battleground states. We still have 3 outstanding. We'll see how
This
those
was 5
go.
days ago, by the way.
He did better almost everywhere. In every county where the hope from the Harris campaign was that she would make up ground on Joe Biden's suburbs, Donald Trump actually did better. We'll break down some of these numbers, but the gender gap was not nearly as wide as the Harris campaign needed to be, and Latino men came out in force for Donald Trump.
Boy, what a huge difference that made. And, that was really just part of the stunning outcome. I mean, America, first of all, is far more to the right than any time in our lifetimes, even going back to the Reagan years. And Donald Trump won in dominating fashion. But he did that along with other Republican candidates in the Senate races and the House races. They're likely to dominate all branches of government for the next several years. And Donald Trump not only broke out through that sort of hard ceiling of 47-48%. Think about this. He became only the second Republican to win a majority of the popular vote since 1988. In 36 years. And he did so after a week of polls, most notably Ann Seltzer's revered Des Moines Register poll showed Harris making remarkable inroads among the type of voters who would swing the margin for Harris in the blue wall state.
Joe, no, not one single person believed that was a real poll. Nobody. Not one single person. That was meant to distract Republicans, to try to get them to stop focusing on Pennsylvania and make them run to Iowa. That's all that was. That's all that was.
It's the opposite actually ended up being true. Donald Trump won in a rout across Big Ten country, taking Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin without a serious fight. And now with expectations rising in the Harris camp in the final days of the campaign in a historic ground game, when you look at the depth of it and the reach of it, this race still ended up being over before it began. And Jonathan Lemire, I mean, it is, again, the scope and scale of this victory is sweeping. And we can focus, by the way, we can focus on Donald Trump if we would like. But this goes so far beyond Donald Trump. Make no mistake, his victory, again, historic. But you look at Republicans across the nation. You look at how handily they're winning states. As Willie said, you look at Illinois, a 4-point margin. Illinois.
It's a rejection of people like you, Joe Scarborough. It's a rejection of the mainstream media. It's a rejection of leftist lunatics, identity politics. It's a rejection of all of it. That's what it is. It is a nationwide rejection, and in a lot of the ways, it's a worldwide rejection because people around the world are sick and tired of this shit too. There's no one type of demographic that is sick and tired of this. Everyone is sick and tired of it. Everyone is rejecting it. Everyone. That's the point of all of this. So we're not going to continue listening to them whine and cry, but I did want to break that part down because the cope from Joe Scarborough, like, this is a guy who has said the worst things imaginable about Donald Trump, the worst things imaginable. And now all of a sudden, now that he's won in a record way, now you're just treating it like it's, oh man, this is an amazing news story. No, you called this guy literally the worst things possible. You've incited people to hate him and think the worst of him. You have sent people to the loony bin over all of this with your reporting. And now it's just another news story. It's just a record-breaking news story all of a sudden. Fuck the media. That simple.